friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tyra and this here is a bougie lifestyle. So I've been seeing that you guys have been enjoying my videos about just how to buy your first home, being a young homeowner and all that stuff, and I really wanted to take the time to create this video because I think it's very important to talk about. A lot of young people are really missing the mark with this hack, if you will, and I think it's nice also to see younger people talking about it, because even doing my research on YouTube and just other places, when I first was introduced to this topic, it wasn't really a lot of young people telling their testimonies of how they got started with this, or just anything that was like more relatable. And I feel like I'm the type of person, like I look at you and if you're like young or you kind of give me vibes of like, you know, we're in the same situation, I'm like, okay, I can do it too. So I just really wanted to take the time to create this video today and encourage you guys. But before I go any further, if you are enjoying my content, or maybe it's your first time stumbling upon my content today, if you could consider clicking that subscribe button, like this video if you are interested in learning more about these topics, and that way YouTube knows that you enjoy my content and I know you enjoy my content. Also guys, comment below if you are interested in this technique or want to just grow and learn more about it, and if you're currently doing this with your own house or your own place that you stay in. All right guys, so today we're going to talk about like investment properties and house hacking. I really wanted to talk about this because I feel like this is kind of getting into debunking all the myths of like first-time home buyers or just like young home buyers. I feel like a lot of, I guess, older generations start to talk young homeowners out of like being interested in buying homes, because they're like, well, no, like you don't want to buy a home, you know, so young, because you know, might move out within the next year because you have another job and you're young and you may not have a family yet and all these things. And I just call BS on all of that. I am a living testimony that that is not true. My life is all over the place as far as moving here, doing this, doing that, and you know, I still was able to buy a property with this in mind. And so first I want to get into the word house hacking and like what that really means. And so essentially what that means is you buy a property, so it can be really a single family home or a multi-family home, and I'm going to take the time to really break down definitions a little bit more, because I had a previous comment of like just breaking down some of these like, you know, strange terms that you may not know, and so I want this video to be as helpful as possible. Now I'm going to try to explain this the best of my abilities. I am not, you know, in the real estate world officially yet. Like I don't have any licenses or anything, so do not take everything, you know, word by word. Definitely do your own research. So with a single family home, I guess the easier way to think about it is comparing it with a multi-family home. So a multi-family home, you will have like pretty much separate units almost. So like let's say you have like a guest house or a guest suite or a separate entrance or something that is zoned as more than one unit. So like if you and your family want to live in it at one unit, and then another family want to live in another unit, you can without it being like meshed together. And then with the single family unit, it's not like that. It's basically like one house. Now some single family units or houses will have like separate like basement entrances and stuff, and you can, you know, do as you please and make it kind of a multi-unit. But it's pretty much, you know, the name kind of explains itself. And so I really wanted to get into being a young homeowner and me deciding that this was the move for me for multiple reasons. So number one, I was really tired of paying rent. I felt like rent was like really a ripoff. Now you have these nice luxury apartments that are popping up all over the United States. And they're great, don't get me wrong, they're beautiful, very enticing with their floor-to-ceiling windows and, you know, sleek amenities, and you're like, ooh, I'm getting a bang for my buck because I got this, I got that, which is true. Like it's nice, and I'm not going to knock that. But then when you really think about it, for those amenities, you are definitely paying way more. You know, it's not going to be some cheap little apartment depending where you are, but you know, I'm in the DMV region. It is expensive up here. And so you're going to pay a lot more for these finishes and things like that. And let's say you want a one bedroom, or maybe you want a 2-bedroom because you want an office space because now you permanently work from home. These things are going to keep increasing. Next thing you know, you're paying upwards $2,500, you know, $2,000, $2,500 or even more for this space. And then when you think about it, you pay that for a year. Let's say you have a year lease and you've wasted, let me actually calculate it for you guys, so you definitely know what you wasted. So okay, so $2,500 times 12, as in 12 months, that is $30,000. Okay, I'm gonna reinstate that. Like, I'm gonna say that over so you guys can really understand where I'm coming from. So you have a $2,500 rent, right? And let's say it is a 2-bedroom, and then you have a whole year worth of lease, so that's 12 months in a year. You times 2,500 times 12 and you get $30,000 for an apartment. And the reason why the number should freak you out, but not just that, it's the science behind it, because you're paying $30,000 just to an apartment building that at the end of the day, when your lease is up and you decide, oh, it's time to go, you have nothing to show for it. Like, you don't have equity in that oh, you can take out money and, you know, put it down to it. You leave with nothing. You leave with basically empty walls, so you gotta take all that crap down. You probably they're gonna charge you more because you done painted the wall, or you tried to make it all, you know, homey and stuff. That is insane to me. And for me, I was like, I cannot do this. Like, I cannot keep doing this. And I couldn't even afford to be on my own in an apartment. Like, to be honest, I had to have a roommate because it's so expensive up here. So I was like, we gonna have to find another solution. And I was told about like house hacking. I did not understand what that was. It really is in the name, so I'll explain it a little bit more. But basically, house hacking can be done, like I said, whether it's a single family home or a multi-family home, it doesn't matter. House hacking can be creative as you want. But if you're familiar, like in your college days, or even if you're in college right now watching this video, you know, when you rent a house with your friends, and like, you have a room, your friend have a room, the other friend have a room, and maybe one of you share a bathroom because there's not like hella bathrooms in the house or something like that. That is house hacking. That owner of that house is house hacking that house. And honestly, that method of what he's doing makes him more money, because if you're renting out each room like individually, even though you guys are sharing the amenities of the kitchen and maybe the bathroom, like, you're getting more bang for your buck. So say if you have a master bedroom that like one person is willing to pay up the charge because it's larger than the other rooms. Let's say they're charging, and this is real life, y'all, because I went to school in DC, and this is real deal. Like, this happens all the time. And so that master bedroom might be going for $1,200. And then there's another bedroom that, let's say it's a little smaller, so it goes for $950. And then there's another bedroom that goes for $950 again. Do you realize that is a lot of money? So we're gonna calculate $1,200 plus, what I say, $950 plus, let's just say another $950. And let's just say it's a 3-bedroom, most probably like 4 bedrooms or whatever. That's already $3,100. Let's be real and say, oh, your mortgage is only, let's say $1,800. So we have the $3,100, and we're gonna subtract $1,800, and that's $1,300. So what does that mean? That means your mortgage every month is $1,800. If you're renting out this space, you have 3 people that's willing to pay per room, and on top of that, they're paying utilities, so you're really not worried about that. You're only worried about paying your mortgage every month, right? You're charging these people respectively, like I said, $1,200, $950, $950. That's $3,100 total. Your mortgage is only $1,800 flat out without any added things to it. So that means $1,300 is left of that $3,100. And guess where that $1,300 is going? In your pocket. It's yours. That's your net profit. That is what you are bringing in, and that's all expenses accounted for. So that is amazing. That is incredible. That is passive income. That is something that you can be anywhere in the world, and that process is just continuously going. And so that is a form of house hacking. Another one would be, let's say that was single family, right? Let's talk about getting a multifamily property. And so let's say you have a triplex. And so a triplex, you know, you've heard of probably duplexes. So that means 2 units. So you have unit A, let's say, and unit B. But triplex is A, B, C. A fourplex is A, B, C, D. And obviously it keeps going on from there. And this is when you're really winning, you know, like you're winning regardless with house hacking, but you're winning with this because you literally are having units like a 1-bedroom apartment or a 2-bedroom, however your duplex or triplex is set up. So maybe one is a 2-2 and one is a 1-1. However it's set up, you're winning because if you are, let's say you are a college student or you are a young adult, you and your boyfriend wanted to get a place, but you know, we talked about it. It's $30,000 you don't want to waste. You're like, let's kind of get some equity. Let's try to get some like home ownership going, and you guys decide to get a duplex. So if you decide to get a duplex, now you can either stay in the 1-1 or the 2-2. Now, let's say you stay in the 1-1 because you know you can get more for having a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, renting it out. You guys can be totally separate from your tenants because the 1-1 has your washer and dryer, your kitchen, your everything is completely separate from that 2-2. And so this is incredible because let's say for that duplex, your mortgage is, let's say, $1,500, but you know, in your unit, like for the 2-2 in that area, that 2-2 is renting out for about, let's say, $2,200. So now you still have a surplus because you already have a mortgage. I think I said what, $1,500. If your mortgage is already $1,500 and you're renting that 1-2-2 out for $2,100, that means not only are you living rent free, you're not paying nothing to live there. Like you're literally living there, cruising, pocketing the money that you would be in an apartment or something. So now you have extra income just from like your job or whatever coming in, not have to worry about living expenses. But on top of that, you're making a profit because $1,500 is your mortgage, but $2,100 is, you know, what you're charging these people. So now the remaining of that really can go for like Wi-Fi in your place or utilities in your place, and you're really not coming out of pocket with anything. So to me, this is like the most incredible concept of house hacking because it is like guaranteed money. And I just gave that example as if you just want to rent it out to an actual tenant for a whole year lease or whatever. But then there's also the whole avenue of Airbnb. And if you guys have been following me long enough and just kind of hear references in my video, that is currently what I am doing in my very first home that I bought last July, which is coming up on a year in a couple of weeks. And so I am literally 2 weeks away from just deucing out of this house because I've put time and energy into it, fixing it up, making it more of like, you know, like a boutique bed and breakfast vibe to elevate my Airbnb experience, which I will be creating separate videos just on what that is like, because I feel like a lot of people just don't know, and it's really cool to just have people talk about that experience a lot more, especially on YouTube platform. So I really want to continue to talk about that, so stay tuned for those videos. But you can do that as well, and now you're not even putting a cap on how much you can make, because technically, let's go back to that duplex example. Like I said, for that 2-2 in that area, people are charging $2,100, right? So you're kind of like, you have to kind of go by that, because it's like, who's gonna really, if you set it to $3,000 and everybody else is charging $2,100 or less, an idiot would not even, you know, pick the $3,000 option. So you want to be true to like kind of what's going on in your area, the comps that are in your area, comps as in comparables, and you want to make sure that that is all squared away when you are solely renting. However, when you are deciding that you want to go the Airbnb route, it is pretty cool because you set your own nightly rates. It really is like a hotel type situation. You obviously, guys, you know that hotel prices fluctuate depending on the weekday, weekend, holiday, all that stuff, and you are your own hotel. It's like bed and breakfast, literally Airbnb. And so you are setting these prices. You are going up or going down with the market or whatever. And so it's, as opposed to just charging a flat rate of $2,100 for that 2-2, let's say you come in and you're charging, and it's a nice Airbnb, like it's staged nicely and it's not like rink-a-dink, and you are able to charge, like, let's say $160 a night because it's really nice. And let's say out of the generally 30-31 days in each month. It's booked 28 days. And if you're charging, let's go 160 times 28 days, that is $4,400 basically. $4,480, right? And so let's go back, like let's go way back. Remember we said for that duplex, your mortgage was only $1,500. And guys, this is like totally making up numbers, so do not at me, don't come for me. Like, I don't know if that duplex is going to be $1,500. I'm just saying, y'all. And so if it's $1,500 for your mortgage and you were just going to make $2,100 from flat rate renting for somebody to stay in the 2-2, but now you said, scratch that, I'm going to do the Airbnb route, I'm going to fix it up, make it all fancy and nice, and not even fancy and nice, honestly, it just make it nice. And now you're charging $160 a night, and for 28 days, that is $4,480. Let's just subtract $1,500 from your mortgage. That's $2,980. $2,980 is what you'd be net profiting every month. Every month you'd be net profiting that. So you really, like, it's like no losing in this, like it really isn't. And that is why for me investment properties are like just so key, because you know, when people found out I was buying a house or I bought a house, they're like, oh wow, like how did you do this, or why did you do this? And I'm like, it's not the now moment. It's never the now moment I'm thinking about. I'm always thinking 10 steps ahead. I'm always thinking about, okay, what is going to get me to this level and that level and that level. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard anyone say, but real estate is the quickest way to get your coin. And it is pretty safe because real estate is always going to be around. There's always going to be homes being sold and bought. There's always going to be retail properties needing to be, you know, leased out from people. I mean, real estate is always kind of going to be here. And yes, market fluctuates and all those things, and we're not talking about that, but at the end of the day, it's just like very smart, because meanwhile I have a full-time job, like I'm working separately, but this is really going to act as passive income. It's going to act as just an extra income that I don't have to like put energy to. So that's what passive income is. It's not like, you know, every day you're working at your 9-to-5 job. It is something that like while I'm sleeping, I'm making money, you know, like that is what I want. And that is the quickest way for me personally to create. That is what's going to get me quicker to those larger real estate goals. And so I really hope this helped. I hope this is not like too dense. I really hate when information is just so dense and you're like, what the heck is this woman talking about? I really don't know. But literally, guys, if you have any questions about house hacking, about investment properties, and like just where to begin and how to like function when thinking about this, literally comment below. Like, I am here to help. You can find me on my Instagram at a bougie lifestyle. Make sure you follow, guys, because I really just do be giving behind the scenes of my day-to-day life with like my home decor stuff, which is putting you guys on to just Airbnb tips on Tuesdays I do. So you definitely don't want to miss out on that end. But if you have any questions, you can always DM me on Instagram. Always comment below, because I definitely reply back, and it gives other people the opportunity to feel comfortable with asking questions that maybe someone told you was silly. I don't believe in silly questions, especially when dealing with the real estate process. This stuff is a lot, and you want to make sure you have the right information, because you don't want to mess yourself up at the end of the day. So I'm so excited to be able to teach this, because I never thought in a million years, 2 years ago, honestly, in my life, I did not see this coming, and it came and it happened, and God opened those doors, and I'm very grateful for it. So now I'm paying it back and paying it forward and giving you guys the insight that can really help you guys and really can change your life. Honestly, like, this is life-changing information, so do not take this lightly. You know, always have a pen and paper when I have these home buying process videos, because there's just always great tangible information that you can take and you can apply to your life. But let me know, guys, if you have any other topics with the home buying process that you specifically want to know, and I will consider doing a video on that, because like, it's about what is going to help you guys at the end of the day. But also, like I said, stay tuned for the Airbnb behind the scenes. I'm gonna do a full house tour, so I'm super excited for that. If you haven't already, definitely hit that subscribe button so you can stay tuned for everything I post. Hit that bell notification as well so you get the notification when I post. And thank you guys for tuning in today's video. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video, and I look forward to engaging with you guys in the comments below. Bye.